Welcome to Protect and Lead. This is Coach Johnson. I am your host and founder. This video, we're going to get started by a very controversial subject, although I don't know really why, but we'll get into that in a minute. And I guess it'll be a chance for us to weed out those who are led by feelings, not facts. So I'm going to talk about why in the hell are you fat? There's no good reason for it. And I know I'm sounding harsh because I'm talking to guys here. If I talk to females, I got their talk about the feelings about food and their feelings about how big they are and their feelings about clothes. I want to get right to the point. I want to get some shit done. So let's get into this. If you're watching this content from the first world, I'm in the United States of America, maybe you're in Great Britain, I don't know, but there's no good reason to be fat. It's very simple to solve this problem. And you can pretend that it's not, but I'm here to tell you it is. I've been doing training and coaching for over 25 years. The processes are very simple. It's really a matter of having a big enough why. So let's talk about that. So as a man, you were created. Your form was created to protect those who are within your control, your family, your fellow man that are not able to protect themselves. You can't be the best version of yourself if you are massively overweight. Okay, let's get into that. So what is massively overweight? Well, the average American, in my experience, the average American man, let's say the average American man that actually comes to me is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 70 pounds overweight. Most of them weigh somewhere like, I'm 240, I'm 260. These guys should not be anywhere near that big. And what's happened is cultural norms have shifted so much that what would have been outrageously fat 30 years ago is that's the way they are. You are doing a disservice to the vessel that has been provided to you in this lifetime. Now, whether you believe it was created from an omnipotent being or whether it was something that was developed over millions of years of evolution, I don't even care about that. You owe it to the powers that be that created you to take care of this vessel. This vessel was created so that you could protect the others who are not as strong as you. You can lead them to a better place. You can't do that if you are massively fat. Now, just for those who might have butthurt feelings at this point, you don't need to be shredded and ripped and lean. You just have to be unfat. Okay, let's get started with that. Now, if you, for some reason, don't know how this process of getting unfat works, you're in luck. We're going to teach you. Myself and the other tribesmen, the other members, whatever you want to call us, we are going to help you solve this problem because it's a problem. It's a problem. Now, here's the sad reality is, if you're in a competitive place in your life, like if you're single or you're trying to get a better job or you're trying to, achieve something, the better shape you're in, the easier this is. The sad reality is, since so many Americans are fat as hell, just being unfat gives you a tremendous advantage, whether it's because to be more attracted to females or to be more showing discipline and focus in your career search. Make no mistake about it. When people look at other people who are grossly fat, they assume they are undisciplined, and not wrongfully, because it takes very little discipline to be unfat. It's not that hard. I know you have every excuse in the world. You have a child, your job changed hours. I'm telling you straight up right now, the fact that you are too fat is because you're eating too much food. That's it. So this time bullshit, this I don't have time, I'm too busy, is a cop-out excuse, and you need to face that. And those who face that are granted the realization that, wow, this really isn't that hard. It's not. If you think it's hard, it's all up here. It's here. I know you have a medical condition. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't put fat on if you don't eat too much food or drink too much food or calories. So that's the good news is it's a pretty low bar to pass to be better than average. That's sad, but that's the way we are. So I can't save the world. I can help you to get a better version of yourself. And it's relatively simple. It takes a little discipline. Now, if you're going to lead with your feelings, if you feel like, oh, Coach Johnson's attacking me, if you have every reason in the world to be fat, that's on you, bro. That's on you. I am telling you, as a professional, someone who follows science, I mean real science, data, data and leading to a conclusion, it is not that hard to be unfat. It takes very little discipline to be unfat. It's not that big of a deal. If you are having severe problems with it, the problem is in your mind space. You simply have made the problem bigger than it actually is. And people do this all the time. It's not rare, but it creates a convenient excuse. So I'm telling you right now that not having time is not an excuse. Time has nothing to do with how fat you are. How often you go to the gym has almost nothing to do with how fat you are. It might have to do with how much muscle you carry. But how fat you are is completely a factor of eating too much food. So if you can accept this and understand and be led by facts and not feelings, then we can solve this problem. And if you find yourself challenged because, oh, you know what, my wife doesn't ever want to have sex with me. I can't get a girlfriend. I keep getting passed over at work for promotions. So now I'm not saying be unfat is going to solve all those problems, but it's going to make them a lot less troublesome. Okay, because not only will you look more disciplined and focused and be more attractive, is you will have a command of your person. You will start to develop a command of the vessel and the person that you are and become a better version of that. You're going to start leaving a legacy for your children, for your coworkers, for your friends, for your family. They're going to talk about you and like, wow, this guy really overcame some stuff. You're going to become inspirational. And if you have a family, damn it, man, you better be inspirational. You are the leader of that family. And get it together. So, if you're still with me, and if I haven't hurt your feelings and chased you away, let's get this journey going. So, the truth is, it's not that hard to be unfat. You can do it. I've done it. I've been fat. Most of my clients have been fat. Very rarely do we get clients like, coach, I'm in really good shape, but I want to be in peak shape. I mean, it happens. And I will tell you this too. It's actually harder to go from being not fat to being shredded than it is to being fat to unfat. There's some physiological and some psychological reasons for that too. But the good news is, my brothers, is that you can do this relatively simply. Now, if you are 80 pounds overweight, like a lot of Americans are, other problem with men is men always underestimate how much weight they need to lose. Yeah, I lose 15, 20 pounds, I'll be fine. I'm telling you, man, I've been in this business a long time. And the average American man that actually comes to me is between 40 and 80 pounds overweight from where they should be. Now, the average American man in general, it probably is even worse. Because obviously, if you see someone who's 375 pounds, they generally don't come into a coaching program. They usually just go home and huff themselves to the couch and sit down and start eating some chips. Let's save those brothers too. So my mission with this program is to create better men, more masculine men that are willing to protect those that they love, lead them to a better future. That's it. My specialties are physical fitness, self-defense, leadership. I'm not going to tell you what kind of shoes to wear to get the maximum results in your dating life. I mean, there's channels out there that do that. I mean, I'm sure there's a channel out there that does nothing but tell you what kind of shoes and socks to wear, which is cool. It's not. I don't believe you should be a jack of all trades. I think you should master a few topics. So my topics: fitness, self-protection, leadership. And if that sounds good to you, welcome aboard. If you're gonna go cry, then go ahead and cry somewhere. That's fine. I'm sure there's someone out there who will tell you how being direct and blunt is so hurtful to your psyche. Anyway, well, I'm speaking out of love. I want to build better men and bring boys into give boys a chance to become actual manly, masculine men who protect the others in their life and can lead them to a better future. All right, Coach Johnson out. The truth is, it's not that hard to be unfat. Talk to you later. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if you have obviously everyone's going to agree. That's fine. Just be civil. All right, talk to you later. Coach G out.